What do you think?
So like, okay, if you see that your friend is doing something that's questionable, how would you approach it in that scenario?
What do you mean?
Right,
like you think, okay,
like
so correction wise, I think you need to just hear them out and like see if it's a constant pattern and just kind of like question their motives. It's like, just little by little, it's like, maybe just questioning what they're saying. It's like, but are you sure that's true? Or it's like, but like just giving different perspectives on the way that they're telling stories to get the full picture. It's like, but were they doing this? But what about that? Was someone else involved? Like just kind of figuring out the entire story and then kind of giving your advice after that. Because I think like after hearing one point, it's like, don't do this. Like I think that's dumb. Like you're not hearing the entire story of it and you're just jumping to a conclusion like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Would you say that if someone does that, it's like judgmental then?
Like yeah, 100%. Because again, it's like, oh no, like one red flag, I'm just gonna like cut you off right there and just tell you what the right thing to do is. Like, yeah, I think that's definitely judgmental.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's like, I think in their eyes they see it as wrong based off of one single point. So, I don't know.
So if someone tells you, so if you're explaining, hey, like, this happened to me and I'm really upset by it and this is what I did as a result of that incident, and then someone tells you, do you know what, I don't think that was the right approach, like I think you should have done something else, like how would you, as the, on the receiving end, how would you respond to someone who's immediately jumping and being judgmental?
Like how would someone else tell the person who is being judgmental?
Yeah, so like let's say you're telling me about a problem that you're having, right, and how you dealt with it, and I'm like, do you know what, like I don't think you should have done that, maybe you should have been more patient, you should have done X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
How would you respond to that? Or like,
Well, I think it's important to discern like how do you determine like that this person is being judgmental or not? Like how much like because you telling them what happened and them giving you saying no, right? At what point does them saying that make it judgmental?
Right. Where does the line between like judgment and correction?
Yeah.
It's like, right? How do you discern that?
Yeah, because you can't just get mad if someone
if someone is
offers
calling
their
you out.
advice.
Yeah.
It just shows that maybe you're a little insecure about.
or like
who you
prideful.
are. Yeah.
Right, yeah. Again, the whole like taking it with a grain of salt and like taking a step back and kind of seeing if what they're saying has value or not, and then just kind of reflecting on that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because some people would argue that, do you know what, I'm correcting you out of love, but then maybe it's in the delivery.
Definitely in the
Right?
Yeah, it's always the delivery.
You have to be really like tactful in the way that you say things, because you can say the same thing with two different tones and someone will take it differently. Like always. Or tones and wording, word choice, word order, like that's so important. So.
Yeah, for sure. I think it's like you use more I feel this way.
Yeah.
Like if I was to correct someone, I always go like, I would do it this way. But you do you.
Is that what you do?
But I say you do you for some people that I don't feel can handle it yet, like full blown truth. So I say like, you do you. But I don't care about them enough. Like where I'm just like, I don't know you enough.
So anytime
but you do you.
So anytime we hear Terrence say you do you, we gotta think if we're doing something wrong.
Yeah, no, legit.
Or maybe we're not close enough to Terrence that
I think definitely university, man. I said you do you so many times. Because like, I was like, you do you. I'm gonna go to fellowship. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. No,
you do you, but I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you can tell when someone's just a little too stubborn and won't receive what you're saying. So it's just like, okay, do you know what? No matter what I say, you're not going to change your mind, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I think it's different for different people. Like some friends, I can just straight up call out like very bluntly and be like, yo, stop, don't do this. Because I know the full story and they'll be like, oh, okay, true, you're right. But some of my friends who are more sensitive, I have to be a little bit more careful with my words and tone. Like to be like, but are you sure that's a good choice?
I personally don't appreciate when
No. Yeah.
That's just me. That's how I don't appreciate that.
Or, yeah. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Hope y'all enjoyed this episode. So leave a comment section below.
And let us know
What do you